DeLang to do the ruck work for Eastern Suburbs. Once again, rucked unchanged so far. Scotty Bowl is starting in the middle for Bannockburn in this second term. Umpire throws the ball up now. Will favour Bowl. Can get a punch away. Coming off the half-back flank, Mick O'Leary. Gets the first kick of the second term. Goes towards half-forward, coming out. Rose backs himself. Leaves it behind. No, Peters robs him of it. Gives a handball away nearly to himself. In the end it is. Gets his left foot to it towards McCormack and Singleton. Getting across there. Tom off hands. Free kick. Going to pay the mark. In fact, to Damien Tom. And he takes the grab at centre half back. He's got Colliger wide. He elects though to go down the middle, looking for Scott Bowl. And Bowl stands out. Can't take the mark though. Could be a costly turnover, but Connors is in there helping him out. And held to him at centre half back for the Tigers. Good tackle by the captain of Eastern Suburbs, David Peters. And we'll have another ball up. DeLang up against Bowl. Bowl gets it down with his left fist. Punched on by Colliger. White can run onto it and get it and go with the right boot towards half forward. Coming out, Gemmell backs himself, does well, gathers the footy, goes wide towards Singleton at centre wing. Can he take the mark? Yes, he can too. Grabs, got McCormack running past, gives it to him now, can handball it back, but he elects to go the left boot, goes towards half forward. Williams in front, taps it away with one hand. Buckingham's there as well, pretty hard at it. Can give it to DeLang. He can standing start the big ruckman. He runs just away from Connors and goes short towards Singleton, who followed it down, and he takes the mark inside 50.
Thoughts about running on, I think, didn't he?
He did. He likes to go on the run too, Daniel Singleton. He comes in now. He's kicked one. Be a good kick from there. And he's pushed it just to the left for one behind. So trying to gather that extra distance. Just pushed it to the left. And the first score on the board of this second term. They go to 3-3-21 Eastern Suburbs. Bannockburn 3-1-19. We've been playing 2 minutes in this second term.
The only thing I might disagree with Peter, I've got a feeling the wind's favouring that eastern end, if anything, and certainly in the reserves game it was. But if that's the case, it was an excellent first quarter for Eastern Suburbs. Yeah, that kick looking for that was Perkins at half back certainly held up in the bruise. Now the umpires put a whistle on play, and from that it's a free kick to Williams of Eastern Suburbs. Sees the lead into the forward pocket, and there's Singleton again. He runs in from 20 metres out the pocket, and he's pinged another goal. And I tell you what, he is a live wire up forward today. It's his second for the afternoon, and in this second quarter, the Raiders bingo scoreboard, Eastern Suburbs move away now. 4-3-27. They lead Bannockburn 3-1-19.
Well, they had named Shane Scoon in the side. They elected to play him in the under-18s and play Singleton in the seniors. It's working for them at the moment, Pete.
Why hasn't Singleton been playing, or is this just a day out for him?
No, I think he's been away working. I think out of town. So he was a very good junior footballer. Played in the Eagles Grand Finals under-18 side of 1997, and then I think went away for work last year. So he's only played 4 or 5, 6 maybe senior games, but he's giving Damien Tom a bit of a run around at the moment. 2 goals, 1 to his name, and they lead 4-3-27 to 3-1-19 Eastern Suburbs. Back with umpire Tischler in the middle, and it's DeLang and Bowl. Neither can get an effective tap. Comes off the back of DeLang. Colliger through the middle, weaves one way then the other, then gets a right foot kick towards half forward. It's okay. Pavic takes the mark in front of Gemmell at half forward. Southern side, lead on by Andrews. Now Roweth, now 50, says the umpire against Gemmell.
I wonder what for.
Obviously over the mark, was it?
I think he told him. He was telling him to come back, and he just didn't listen.
Fair enough.
So I suspect Gemmell might come from the ground because of that. And Nick Pavic will have the football 15 metres out directly in front, and is taking a longer run up than Glenn McGrath did last night.
It's interesting, a lot of the coaches these days are adopting the you give away a 50, you come for a walk attitude.
Pavic now for his second, comes in and has put it through. So the quick reply for the Bannockburn side, second goal to Nick Pavic, and Bannockburn 4-1-25 now. Eastern Suburbs 4-3-27, Raiders bingo second quarter scoreboard, and we've been playing 4.5 minutes, and the ball will be back in the middle as the boys just get a little bit friendly at half back. Obviously the Eagles boys not too happy with giving away that goal through the services of Chris Gemmell, who went over the mark at half forward. Nick Pavic finished it off with his second.
Just Mick O'Leary making his presence felt out there. It's not like Mick, is it?
Oh, well, I think Mick's got a bit of catching up to do.
Oh, I see.
9 weeks. 9 weeks of frustration in the middle. DeLang gets it down, coming through Delahunt, and runs away. Can handball it to Giles, does so. And he can run away as well. Bit of speed on Robbie Giles. Goes towards half forward. Pavic off hands. Bailey's back there. Roworth was trying to handball, but he got ripped off the football. Coming through Gemmell. Wants to try and make amends. Coming to Robbie Giles again, though. His kick's partly smothered by Stefanowski. Back to Giles again on the right boot this time. Good kick around the corner. Falls into the arms of Lincoln East, who runs into goal and kicks it. So 2 goals in a minute. And Lincoln East has kicked his first. And the 5th for Bannockburn. They're 5-1-31. And they now lead Eastern Suburbs 4-3-27. Raiders bingo, second quarter scoreboard, 5.5 minutes gone.
Young Giles, he's a very good footballer. He can use both sides of his body, and he's very aggressive at the ball. Probably the only downfall he's got is when he does something wrong or his opposition gets a kick, he tends to kind of come late.
And chastising himself a bit too. The interesting part, Pete, McCormack has stayed on the northern side wing and Giles has stayed with him. So 2 quarters so far, they've both stayed on the same side of the ground.
And I think Giles has got the better of him at the moment.
Yes, I just question Adrian McCormack's pace to play on a wing, really.
And I saw Harding was actually going to come across this side at quarter time, but saw where David Peters was, and I think he's obviously got instructions to follow Shorty around on the wing position this afternoon, so that's made Giles come across again for McCormack.
Some interesting matchups, aren't there?
2 old stages like you and me, Eric. We'd rather play out here where it's not as muddy.
What about the other 2, David White and Paul Camerotto in the middle? Up the ball goes. DeLang gets the tap down for Eastern Suburbs. Out to Peters. Peters can't bend down, pick it up, so kicks it off the ground. Colliger leads in the race to the wall. He does pick it up on the left foot, drives to half forward flank for Bannockburn. Oh, dear, almost an infringement there by Shaw against Stefanowski, not paid. And now Eastern Suburbs kick the ball towards centre wing, but it's out of bounds on the full. And looks like Delahunt has taken the free kick out on centre wing. Sees White on his own on centre wing. He's kicked it towards the centre half position, the forward position. Pilgrim almost takes a mark, follows up quickly, and that's most un-Pilgrim-like, I'd suggest. A hot shot on the left foot, out of bounds on the full. Normally he'd ping those, wouldn't he, Pete?
Just falls into his arms sometimes, doesn't it, Pete?
Yeah. I think Ronnie's been around long enough to know.
Reads the play well.
He does. He just follows it through.
So Michael O'Leary with the ball deep in the back pocket for Eastern Suburbs, looking for some movement. Now he drives it long towards half-back flank. Big pack of players, but sitting at the back of the pack, well, Bannockburn player thought he had the mark there. Umpire didn't blow his whistle, called play on, then he's got absolutely swamped. Now the ball's in the centre of the ground. Tom trying to pick the ball up for Bannockburn. Flips a handball out to Harding, but he can't take the ball with him, and now it stacks on the mill. And between centre and centre half forward, well, there's a bit of fooling out there, I suspect, because quite a bit of pushing and shoving and bumping. But now umpire Tischler puts the ball up, centre half forward, up high and down again before the ball gets there as Bowl. The ball comes to centre wing, kick towards the full forward position. That's, well, almost a great mark for Eastern Suburbs there, and gets it back to centre half forward where David White for Bannockburn has taken a mark. A lot of calling and a lot of
players in the forward line.
Isn't there?
Just going to say that, and it's Shane Andrews who finds a little bit of space.
That was a fantastic look. There's probably, well, there is 8 players not in the forward line, and to kick a ball like that by David White and find Shane Andrews really with no one within cooey.
Andrews now wrong side for a left footer again, but a lovely looking kick off the boot again. It's gone across the face of the goal, and goal umpire and boundary umpire, they can't decide. Finally, the goal umpire said it is a behind. I think he was trying to give it away. The goal umpire didn't want that. A behind to Shane Andrews, a behind to Bannockburn. This Raiders bingo scoreboard. Bannockburn 5-2-32. They lead Eastern Suburbs 4-3-27.
Got some quarter time scores from other GDFL games. North Geelong 6-4-40 lead Geelong West 2-1-13. So there, Dick is obviously doing a bit out there. He might be coaching the side now, but they're up at quarter time as the ball comes back in at half back for Eastern Suburbs. Goes towards Camerotto. He's slung off the footy. No free kick. Pack develops at half back, and we will have a ball up. The Belmont Lions 3-2-20, trailed Thompson at 3-3-21, so a point in it at Winter Reserve, and Corio 4-4-28, lead Werribee Centrals 1-1-7.
They're gone.
Ball still at half back for Eastern Suburbs, comes from Stefanowski to Buckingham, tries to measure the pass towards Singleton on centre wing southern side, coming through, Williams leaves it behind, getting back there is Tom, for the Tigers. He gets a kick around the corner towards half forward. Coming in Camerotto, can't take the mark. Peters is there, hands off to Buckingham. Right close to the boundary line, kick smothered. Beautiful smother too. And getting up David White, who's done a few good things since coming on the ground in the middle for Bannockburn. We've got one GFL score. St Mary's 5-4-34, Grovedale 4-2-26. Now coming back, it is Camerotto. Camerotto now, still in the middle.
We've gone. Where have we gone?
We're
going to Kickadeenia Park.
There we go. Back to where we are. So it is on centre wing, on the southern stand side. And coming through, Frost nearly could have given away a free kick to DeLang there, but none forthcoming. Peters and Buckingham out there. A good pick up by Peters. On centre wing goes towards half forward. Delahunt getting a hand to it. Williams, though, roves off the pack. Can go on the left boot. Measures the pass towards Sheehan coming out. And Hodgson's there with him as well. Goes towards Sheehan. Good hands. Handball to Intervong, who's free. And can he kick the goal now? No. Tackled by Hewitt. Does he kick the goal anyway? Yes, he does. Great kick. Great balance, Kiao Intervong. And he's put it through for a goal.
That was a great handball from Sheehan, probably a 15-metre handball into a Kiao Intervong just running through unmanned, and that was a great handball and was able to get the kick away before he copped a bump.
So they take the lead again. Eastern Suburbs 5-3-33. They lead Bannockburn 5-2-32. Raiders bingo, second quarter scoreboard, 11.5 minutes gone. We've got one more score from Bellpost Hill and Anarchy. Anarchy 5-4-34. Bellpost Hill 2 behinds.
Oh, they're gone.
It could be a weekend of upsets, and stop saying that. You are unbelievable. So some interesting games in the GDFL this afternoon in round 9. Ball back in the middle, DeLang and Frost, who's on the ground. DeLang gets it down, Intervong again, takes it, then loses it. Coming through to Camerotto, rides a couple of bumps. He's pretty strong in there, the banana, but loses it. Yep, and that's a fair call. And is it advantage paid? It is. Tom running off the half-back flank has got the footy. Goes towards half-forward. Coming out Pavic. Gray against him, who's got the job on him now. Gemmel's been moved off him. Handball to Ronnie Pilgrim. Went behind him. Bailey can't pick it up. Needs some support. Giles in there with a foot. Comes out towards Intervong. Picks it up, then loses it. And McCormack's there in support as well. Left foot kick. Only as far as David White. Wants to try and bring it back. Oh, a poor kick off the boot, though. Hill turns around and can take the mark, Andy Hill. Oh, be careful, Darren Roworth. Just lost the footy. Just tried to push the footy out of Hill's hands there. In between half-back and the back pocket. Hill now goes towards centre wing. Camerotto and White. White punched it away. McCormack roves. Then handballs inboard to Singleton, who's had lots of the football. He's got Stevenson just on the ground calling for it out at half forward. Him and O'Leary. Rose does well defensively to get it towards Harding, who can run away. And Rick Harding on the left boot goes towards half forward. O'Leary does well, gets one high. Mick O'Leary, and he will take the free kick. Yes, the umpire was just pointing the wrong way there. And Mick O'Leary will take it at half-back.
Troy College just thought he was heading for the goals then, but O'Leary gets the kick. It's on centre wing. He sees player loose out there, and it's Buckingham. Buckingham for Eastern Suburbs takes the mark, plays on quickly. There's the lead, good strong lead there from Williams. Takes the mark. He's outside 50. On the right foot, drives towards the full forward position. There's McCormack, who's drifted down from the wing to his more customary position.
That's about where he should be, yeah.
And McCormack at 30 metres out directly in front now has taken the mark. And that's perhaps...
Just looking at it, could be a straight swap nearly. Sheehan could go on the wing and he could go at full forward, really.
Just about, yeah. And unfortunately, Giles just got caught out then. He wasn't going down as hard as he should normally have been running down with McCormack. And McCormack the opportunity to extend the lead for Eastern Suburbs now. 35 metres out, directly in front. On the right foot. Well, it didn't look too good off the boot, and the goal umpire's wandered across. What's he done? He's pulled it to the left, unfortunately. Perhaps he should be on the wing. Behind to Eastern Suburbs, behind to McCormack, and on our Raiders bingo scoreboard, 5-4, Eastern Suburbs 34. They lead Bannockburn 5-2-32.
Delahunt now with the football at the back. And kick in by Delahunt goes towards half-back. McCormack's there, Camerotto as well. Tried to claim the mark, McCormack. White's over the top, and it's now a hold. And Camerotto and Giles not liking each other's attention there at half-back. And he's pretty fiery, the old Gilesy, isn't he? And now ball up. DeLang and off hands Intervong. Handball back to Camerotto. Kick around his right shoulder, only as far as Delahunt, who takes the mark uncontested. Tries to measure it towards Giles. Let's see if he can play the footy. I think he can, if he can pick it up. Oh, he can't, and McCormack comes at him, but he's got East in support. East kicking, a great kick to Kevin Connors as well, who can run away on the left boot, measure the pass towards coming out Andrews. Punch away by Hill. Ronnie Pilgrim's there. Bailey shrugs the tackle. Ronnie, finish it. Oh, he does, Ronnie Pilgrim. And his first goal, great raving off the side of the pack. Andrews couldn't take the mark. Ronnie Pilgrim just said, thanks very much, I'll take it, and kick Bannockburn's sixth goal. They're 6-2-38. They lead Eastern Suburbs 5-4-34. Raiders Bingo second quarter scoreboard.
I like the shrug of the tackle.
Ronnie's a bit like a shark, I think. When a shark goes in for the kill, it folds its eyes back, and I reckon when Ronnie gets close to the goals, the eyes just roll back, and it's just thank you
I'll
very
tell you
much.
what, he would have told Darren Rowell at quarter time not to handball or kick short again either, because he doesn't like other forwards doing that either.
We've had to put up with Dick and Welshie this morning now, Peter, this afternoon.
We've got all jokesters in the Geelong radio commentary box by the looks of it. White's got it from the middle again for Bannockburn. Goes towards half forward. Colliger coming out. Rowell, there is. Will he handball? No, he won't. He's got it outside 50 and kicks it back inboard. Probably should have handballed in the end because he's kicked it straight to Andrew Hill.
Ronnie said something to him too. I think he said, Darren, don't do that again.
Andrew Hill's got it in the last line defence. Can just go laterally towards David Peters. He finds him. He can go to McCormack. He does so. He's at half back, Adrian McCormack. Got a bit of time to set something up. Oh, the lead was on half by Delamonica. Delahunt comes at it, does well, and then goes to the right boot, but bombs it back into centre half forward. Stefanowski gets a hand to it off hands. Pilgrim again. Ronnie, can he make it 2 in a minute? He handballs to Andrews, who kicks it out of bounds on the full. You don't see that too often.
3 times.
I hope we got that on camera. Ronnie Pilgrim handballing.
I don't know whether it's so much a handball as a throw. I think it was just a one-hander.
And at Shell Stadium, Geelong 9-7-61 lead, St Kilda 8-4-52. So a pretty close game down at Shell Stadium as well. And we've got a close one here, 6-2-38 Bannockburn, Eastern Suburbs 5-4-34, 4 points in it. And it's going to be Michael O'Leary from the left back pocket for the Eagles.
I thought it was a Spanner for a moment was going to have a kick there, the runner. O'Leary now for Eastern Suburbs. Long kick out of the danger area. Oh, great mark from behind. Not quite taken there by, looks like Stevenson on the ground. And ball still in play. Good work, Stefanowski. Just sheer strength there, but he can't get through the players, the Bannockburn. The forwards defending very strongly, working very, very hard to keep the ball in. I suppose right in front of the coach. Why wouldn't you, Pete?
Well, yeah, you'd have to do something like that, or I could imagine the coach not on the ground today, he'd have you off fairly quickly.
Ball thrown in. Frost gets it forward for Bannockburn. This time, ball, well, I was going to say...
he's worked him into that one. That wasn't 10 metres, that kick.
Worked about 5 metre pass, I'd suggest. So the ball with Bannockburn driving into the full forward position. Gee, it's very congested. All Eastern Suburbs players up there, but somehow the ball kicked off the ground. It's come out wide for the Bannockburn side. And, well, gee, I think he was very, very lucky. Giles there, umpire decreed it was a high tackle. I thought he was down over the ball, Giles, and McCormack came in from behind. It's one of those touchy ones, Pete, wasn't it?
Especially when you're 35 out directly in front of goal. They're the kind that you really should, I think, let go.
Giles now on the right foot, and perhaps justice has prevailed because he's hooked it across, and it's only a behind. Yes, and a behind to Robert Giles. And on the scoreboard, the Raiders Bingo scoreboard, Bannockburn 6-3-39. They lead Eastern Suburbs 5-4-34.
I kind of do have to eat my words too. I suggested earlier that White should go to full forward and Shane Andrews should come out, but White's been sensational this quarter.
Balls come from Camerotto at full back towards Michael O'Leary and Morris Stevenson at half back for the Eagles. Stevenson gets it, handballs it towards Delamonica, and Delahunt close to the boundary line on centre wing. On the southern stand side, it is out, and we'll have a throw in with Delane coming across with John Frost to do the ruck work for their respective sides. Thrown in. Frost in front, Delane from behind. None can get an effective tap in. Devon runs through the middle. Ball held to him. Now it spills free. Stevenson's kick smothered. And Pavic over the top as well. It's still on centre wing. Pretty congested in there. Delang tries to get his big frame down over the ball. And the umpire has picked out a free kick. It is going to go to Eastern Suburbs, to the big man Delang. And he'll try and push it towards half forward. Williams gives him a lead. He goes short though, towards Buckingham. It's off hands. Giles goes for a fresh air shot. Buckingham again. And it's too high. Will be a free kick. And it's going to go to Mark Buckingham. In the middle of Eastern Suburbs home ground here, Richmond Crescent. He's got it. He'll try and push it towards centre half forward at the eastern end of the ground. Goes towards McCormack. Left uncontested with Giles standing the mark. Takes it just inside the centre square. He drives it long, giving him a lead. Singleton in there. Delang as well, the big man off hands. Delamonica doesn't kick too many goals. Elfie goes towards O'Leary. Oh, good use of the body. Sean O'Leary kicks it with the outside of the boot and might have missed.
I think he's paid a push against him.
No, he's paid the behind to Sean O'Leary. 1 goal 2. Played on
I think the whistle's just a fraction slow. That might have been what caused him to play on.
So he's kicked it behind. He kicked it with the outside of his right boot, standing sort of facing the north side of the ground. And only one behind, 1 goal 2. His personal tally, 5-5-35 Eastern Suburbs, 6-3-39 Bannockburn. And that is on the Raiders bingo second quarter scoreboard. 20 minutes gone in this second term. Delahunt with a footy at fullback for Bannockburn goes towards the southern side and finds Nick Pavic. Just inside defensive 50, plays on quickly, goes with a tumbling punt towards the centre wing position. Off hands, O'Leary, Camarado's over there, also fighting hard. Was Perkins, comes to Stevenson now, goes towards half forward, pretty wide though. In fact, just in the field of play. And out of bounds for a throw in at half forward for the Eagles.
Just sort of sensed Pete, the back half with O'Leary in the side, just a bit more stability for Eastern Suburbs.
Well, I think Mick talks very well, and he'd certainly be rallying the troops and telling them where they should be standing and who they should be picking up, as opposed to not getting involved.
Well, O'Leary does the work there towards Buckingham, close to the boundary line. He does get a kick away, but he was out of bounds when he did get that kick away. So it will be a boundary throw in on centre wing, southern side of Eastern Suburbs home ground. And they trail 5-5 to 6-3. Pretty close game in this second term. Frost and DeLang. Frost takes the front spot. Now over the back, White can take it out, get a left foot kick towards Pilgrim and Bailey. It's out of bounds once again. Banjo umpire with a bit more work to do.
He's doing a good job, White. Looks like he's tagging Camarado in this quarter, and Camarado's taking him into the play all the time.
Yeah, and White's been very good.
Ball thrown in, centre wing. DeLang picks the ball up, gets a handball wide, goes to O'Leary. Kicks the ball over the centre, but in front there, have to be marked, free kick, whatever you like, to Harding. And Harding of Bannockburn has the ball on half-back flank. Goes back, looking for some options, and all I can see in the middle of the ground is Eastern Suburbs players, but a long kick over the centre. There's a fantastic mark from behind. Colliger, handball over to Pavic. Pavic drives to full forward position. In front there was Andrews, but he can't get the ball. But he comes through again. Shane Andrews ran through the pack. He socketed the ball off the ground. Eastern Suburbs players protesting that they've touched the ball. Not so, said the umpire, and Shane Andrews has kicked the 7th goal for the Bannockburn side. Raiders bingo scoreboard 7-3-45 Bannockburn, Eastern Suburbs 5-5-35.
It looked there as if the Eastern Suburbs guys were looking at Darren Roweth, who was putting on a burst of speed and kind of tried to go round the pack, and they left Andrews alone, and he ran through the middle and just towed the ball forward.
That's where they're dangerous though, aren't they? On the ground in the forward line. They've got some players who can pick the footy up pretty quickly and move it on. Pilgrim, Roweth, even Andrews on that occasion came through like a steam train.
Oh, well, look, I think any full forward would love to have a fella like Darren Roweth playing next to him. He's such a dynamo.
Back in the middle, DeLang gets it down, only as far though as Pavic, who's having an absolutely fantastic game, and Ronnie's starting to work his way in as well. Pilgrim's got it at half forward, kicks it around the corner to Giles coming off the wing. Great kick, great work, great lead. Came all the way down from centre wing, Giles, and led McCormack into the hole. Pilgrim just popped it up there for him.
And that bit of play, Jace, they really should, if they don't nail this one, Giles probably needs to be told to settle down a bit, because he has been a bit flighty in the first quarter and a half. And
he's hit the post. So it looked like it was going through, and then just at the last minute, veered off to the left for one behind, hit the post. So they go to 7-4-46 Bannockburn, Eastern Suburbs 5-5-35. We've been playing 23.5 minutes in this second term. Brought to us by Raiders Bingo, as Stefanowski from fullback kicks in towards the half-back flank. Colliger comes across. Buckingham numbers with Bannockburn, and getting away, Pavic again outside 50, drives it back towards Andrews, who's got the sit over the back and can take the mark easily. Andy Hill having to work back there, and Andrews standing his ground, taking the grab.
Never going to be any other result, was there? Shane Andrews perfectly positioned.
He was. It's interesting when Joe said before about getting into trouble for calling Mick O'Leary the James Hird of the GDFL. If you wanted to go kind of measuring people up, I reckon John Stefanowski has got to be the Ben Graham of the GDFL. Here's one of the most beautiful kicks of the footy.
Andrews comes in and has kicked the goal. So his second in the last minute and a half. And Bannockburn just gather a bit of a lead now. Bannockburn go to 8-4-52. They lead Eastern Suburbs 5-5-35. Raiders bingo second quarter scoreboard 24.5 minutes gone.
So much for my wind advantage.
So back in the middle now.
What?
So we've got some AFL scores, and it is Geelong at half-time, 12-7-79. They lead St Kilda 8-4-52, so good lead to the Cats. And Hawthorn 6-5-41 lead Richmond 4-9-31 at the MC. Is that at the MCG today?
Oh,
yes,
no,
it is.
who
at the
cares?
MCG. Who cares? The Tigers are down, Peace not happy, back in the middle.
Up goes the ball. Delang clearly gets the tap down, but Tom running off half back meets the ball, runs onto centre wing. Oh, shocking kick off the boot, but he's got the ball to half forward for the Bannockburn side. Players can't handle the ball, and it's forced over the boundary line. Half forward flank, northern side of Richmond Crescent here, just into time on second quarter, 25 minutes gone. Delang come down to do the ruck work, taps it forward, comes down to Connors at Bannockburn, gets a little handball across to Nicky Pavic. Took a while to pick it up, but he just eluded his player with perhaps too much ease there. It gets into the full forward position. In good position was Rowers, couldn't bring the ball down, and off hands once again. It's out of bounds, this time 5 metres from the behind post.
And it is interesting, boys. My favourite Bannockburn player, that was his second or third possession for the game. Kevin Connors, I think if he fires up, and I think he's got to fire up for Bannockburn to be successful towards the end of the year.
Ball thrown in. Good body work there by Shane Andrews, but couldn't get the ball, unfortunately. And now it stacks on the mill, 25 metres out, directly in front of the goal at the Western End Richmond Crescent, the goal to which Bannockburn are kicking in this second quarter. 26 minutes gone. Umpire Cromer with the ball. A lot of players around the ball. Up it goes Delang. Nice tap down, but only as far as Colliger. Grabbed very high, I would have thought, and umpire Cromer absolutely spot on, and Troy Colliger, having kicked the ball in as he was slung, it didn't go anywhere particularly, so now he'll have a shot from 20 metres out. Fairly a straight kick, but the breeze obviously swirling about a bit there, and it'll be interesting to see how Troy Colliger will go from there. 25 metres out, slight angle, moves in right foot. We're right behind the ball, and it's gone, I think, a fair way to the left, has it not? Certainly has, and well, that's the second or third kick we've seen from roughly that position in the last 5 minutes. All go the same way, but on the Raiders bingo scoreboard, Bannockburn 8-5-53. They lead Eastern Suburbs 5-5-35.
Just have to weather this storm a little bit here, the Eagles, don't they, Pete? 'Cause in the last 5 or 6 minutes, Bannockburn's definitely on top.
And you wouldn't like to see, there's probably, what, a minute to go? Minute and a half to go. You wouldn't want to see another goal now, going with a 4-goal break.
Andrew Hill has the footy at full back for the Eagles. And he's got Delang and McCormack going one way, but he elects to go the other. And it's a pretty good kick towards Stefanovski, who goes up. It's off hands, coming through Cal Gray. Leaves a footy for Stevenson now, who's got an absolute paddock to run in. He's got O'Leary in support. Tries to measure the pass towards Williams. Can take the mark just in the middle. Quick goal here would be crucial for the Eagles if they could get it. Williams now has got O'Leary streaming down from half back towards half forward. Coming out also Peters. Takes the mark outside 50. Got to move it quickly. Siren not far away. David Peters on half forward, southern side of the ground. The lead's on from Sheehan. He goes in that direction, also the direction of Sean O'Leary. Chopped off by Delahunt, off hands into Vong, through Connors as well. Shepherds for his teammate in Hewitt, who loses the football. Off hands back to McCormack, comes back towards Cal Gray, and also coming through Nathan Rose. He leaves it behind and then gets ripped off the football. Should get a free kick and does it. Centre half back for a hold. And Damien Williams will stand the mark. In fact, it's Colliger with the football. At centre half back. Wants players to move. And handballs it off to Delahunt at centre half back. He's got Hewitt wide, and he'll have to go there now. He does so. Singleton coming at him, but he's able to take the mark. He plays on quickly, backs himself, gets the kick away. Nobody in particular there though. Stefanovski comes across, handball to McCormack. Over his head, in fact. Shaw's there as well, falls over the crucial stage. McCormack back to Clinton Shaw, left foot kick towards Connors, coming at him. Bailey as well, gets ripped off the football, and Kevin Connors will take the free kick. Connors now with the footy in between wing and half forward. Oh, danger goes towards White, and O'Leary can run away. Chopped it off Mick O'Leary. Turnover could be crucial. Goes wide towards Peters. Likes to run on in this situation. Has to hold now though. Damien Tom standing the mark. Singleton's at centre half forward. Pete called it. He goes in that direction. Fantastic vision. David Peters finish it off. No, he thought about playing on again too.
Took a couple of short ones.
Daniel Singleton, but he has taken the mark at centre half forward.
And he kicked one from there before.
He did. And
costly turnover from Connors, wasn't it?
Well, I didn't think it was Connor's fault. I thought when the ball came down the wing here, Rowith was running into a space and they decided to cross the ball.
Singleton has pushed it once again to the left-hand side, through for one behind. So
Yeah, back then, Eric, they crossed the ball through centre half forward instead of playing it down the side of the ground that we're on, the city side. We've seen a few shots at goal, and the ball drifts across that way, so they're better off playing their footy, their attacking footy on this side of the ground.
Good point, good point.
Delahunt with a footy, goes towards Tom, takes the mark. Still inside defensive 50, Damien Tom. Plays on now, goes towards half forward. Colliger off hands towards Camerado, holds his ground, then handball towards Cal Gray, handball back to Stevenson. Got the numbers, Eastern Suburbs. Now measures it towards half forward. DeLang takes the mark, diving on the ground at half forward. Now once he's got Intervong running past, he gives it to him and then he leaves it behind Kiao, but he gets it wide now to Mick O'Leary on 50 on the boundary line, screws it back inboard, and good mark, Nathan Rose. Sean Rundle pushed him into it in the end, and Nathan Rose, the tank they call him, stood there and was going to handball. He does so now towards Delahunt. Could be under a bit of strife from O'Leary. Gets around though onto the right boot. Tumble punts it towards half back. Punched on. Numbers again with Eastern Suburbs. Peters leaves it behind. Pack develops at half forward. Umpire lets it go. Now he might have to come in and bounce it. He will. And it is at half forward southern side. 31 minutes gone in the second term. 8-5-53 Bannockburn. Eastern Suburbs 5-6-36. Now, pushed down. Cal Gray getting back there first. Can't pick it up though. Got some support. One of them was Stevenson. In fact, it's Fulston on the ground. Goes towards O'Leary. Plays on now. That's Sean O'Leary. Goes high towards the goal square. There's the siren though, so that won't count if there's a mark taken. There isn't. And it is half time here at Eastern Suburbs between the Tigers and the Eagles. We went 31.5 minutes in that second term. And it's Eastern Suburbs 5-6-36 at half-time. And Bannockburn are 8-5-53 in that second term. Bannockburn were able to kick 5 goals, 4, while Eastern Suburbs managed 2 goals, 4. And the goal kickers for Bannockburn at half-time, 2 each to Nick Pavick and Shane Andrews. Singles to Darren Roweth, Ron Pilgrim, Lincoln East and Troy Colliger. While for Eastern Suburbs, 2 goals to Daniel Singleton and singles to Troy Sheehan, Kiao Intervong and Sean O'Leary. So it's 17 points of difference at half-time. Don't forget, we'll take a break and then have our Where Are They Now segment. Thanks to Laverton Transport Service this afternoon, Eric. Who are we talking to?
Bobby Jones.
Talking to Bobby Jones.
One of the legend, all the Newtown people.
I noticed Giles and McCormack are lining up on the same...
Yeah, Pete said Giles and McCormack still lining up on the northern side wing as the third quarter has commenced. Buckingham threw it out to McCormack, but got it on to Shane Bailey running off the half-back flank, and now he tries to measure it towards half forward, coming out Sheen, who looks like he's moved up the ground, can't take the mark. Rose against him, tries to tap it out towards Perkins, and has done so now. Perkins is going to be surrounded though by Williams, and Intervong bowls there as well. Can he take it with him? No, he can't. Now back towards Williams. It sits for him nicely. The lead's on. He goes towards Camerado at full forward now, so they've made a switch there. He turns around the banana on the right boot and pushes it back in towards the 10-metre square. Coming out is Singleton there and also Sheehan. Off hands towards the boundary line. Pretty close to it, Tom. And it is out of bounds in the right forward pocket for Eastern Suburbs. Nathan Rose got up a little bit gingerly, but he's okay.
Tom, I reckon, could have probably got a free kick then for being impeded.
So a boundary throw in right forward pocket. Eastern Suburbs attacking the city end in this third term. Camerado in the ruck, off hands. And punch back towards the goal. Intervong, can he pick it up? Well, he did. He just took his eyes off it and kicked it across the face of goal in the end. O'Leary doesn't sit for him. That's Sean O'Leary in the left forward pocket. And it is out of bounds. Lara 7-10-52, as we said, leads St Albans 4-6-30 at the Snake Pit. Geelong West St Peters 9-4-58 lead Bell Park 7-8-50. South Barwon 8-8-56 in a close game against Newtown 7-4-46. As the ball comes back to Camerado here at Richmond Crescent, goes into the 10-metre goal square and off feet in fact, of Angus Hewitt and through for a rush behind to Eastern Suburbs. The first score of the third quarter goes to the Eagles. They're 5-7-37. They trail Bannockburn, who are 8-5-53. Lexus of Wyndham, third quarter scoreboard.
Waiting for the ball to come back to Steve Delahunt, who will do the kicking in.
And one more score from the GFL. Grovedale 7-4-46 trail. Half-time St Mary's 9-7-61. So those scores in the GFL and the GDFL at half-time.
Delahunt now with the ball. He's in the 10-metre score 10-metre square, western end of Richmond Crescent here, and about to bring the ball back into play. Goes straight down the middle of the ground. Sees Colliger there. Well, pushed in the back, free kick, whatever you like. Umpire's not going to pay advantage. He's paid the free kick, and it will come back to Troy Colliger. Colliger now at centre half back. Drives it to the northern wing. In front is Giles. Oh, it's got to be a free kick. McCormack was all over him. Now he's paid the advantage to Giles. He's run a fair distance, bounced the ball. Now he puts it on the boot. Drives it to the full forward position. In excellent position there. Was not able to take the mark. Comes back now to Roweth of Bannockburn, but he can't control the ball either. And, well, in fact, there's been a free kick. Now, who has got the
against
free kick?
Roweth?
I think it was
O'Leary.
a dangerous kick, wasn't it?
O'Leary.
So O'Leary now comes back across the face of goal. It's Rundle on the ground for Eastern Suburbs. Takes the ball at the half-back. Has a bounce. Now he kicks the ball. Well, it's got to be a free kick up the ground. Shocking tackle there from... that was Andrews, well after the ball had been kicked. Now it's on centre wing. McCormack gets a handball across to Buckingham. Buckingham a handball to nobody. David White running for the ball and... well, we had a fair view of that one. I think he sized up the boundary line. It was 20 metres away, went whacked with the two fists, and David White has put the ball out of bounds, centre wing, northern side, Richmond Crescent. DeLang and Bowl in front of the broadcast position here. Puts the ball forward, Bowl. It comes to ground. Oh, Connors tries to come up with the ball. Interbong, well...
Oh, well, the umpire's picked out a free kick.
That's an interesting one, and... all he's saying that you've got to get off the play alone on the ground.
Jeez, the ball wasn't even there.
Connors drives the ball from the free kick to centre half forward, and that's Pavick again. He's having an outstanding day, Nick Pavick. He's on half forward flank for the Bannockburn side this quarter, kicking to the eastern end of Richmond Crescent. He's gone across the face of goal. The ball's come to ground. Who's that? Shaw had nowhere to go and tackled, and Stefanovski takes the free kick advantage, and it's McCormack or Eastern Suburbs takes the mark on centre wing, went to play on. Umpire didn't call it. Now McCormack kicks to centre wing for Eastern Suburbs.
Goes towards Stevenson, punched away by White though. Good play by him defensively. And it is out of bounds on centre wing, right in front of our Geelong Radio commentary box here on the northern side of Richmond Crescent. 8-5-53 Bannockburn, they lead Eastern Suburbs 5-7-37. We've been playing 5 minutes in this third term. Ruck contest, Bowl and DeLang coming in. Neither can get an effective tap, falls to the back to Colliger. Ripped around the head, no free kick. Peter picked it out as well, goes back towards David White. Slips over at the crucial stage. Stevenson pretty close to the boundary line. He's got some support through Buckingham and also Intervong. Got some time to measure. The pass goes long now towards the forward pocket. Up, good mark too. And that is Damien Tom.
He's been very, very strong, Jace.
He has, and he's in the right back pocket. Goes with a kick towards half-back. Colliger punched away. Cal Gray, good disciplined play, goes towards Buckingham. Saw Bowl coming, left the footy behind. White's there, pretty close to boundary. Vision, back in board, great kick too to Troy Colliger, and they're away. Nappies takes the mark and runs. He's in the middle of Richmond Crescent, goes with the right boot towards Andrews on the lead. Oh, great courage by O'Leary to get back there and chop it off and go with a kick towards Gray and Colliger again. Colliger can't stand his ground, Gray does, and he can run away with the left boot, go towards half forward, southern side, Peters, and also Broome right next to him. Oh, that could be a free kick against Broome. No, none forthcoming. Goes to Peters, goes backwards 20 metres towards Cal Gray on centre wing. Needs some support. Colliger's right next to him. He runs away. Oh, he gets a tackle, and good play by Tom coming in. He's strong, as Peter said, and runs away on centre wing. Goes towards centre half forward. In front, Stefanovski. Shaw tried to tap it on. Coming through Hill. Goes towards Pavick. Ripped off the football. That's a throw. And good defensive play by the Eagles. Andy Hill to take it at centre half back.
Hill at centre half back for Eastern Suburbs. Goes wide to the outer side. Sees a player loose out there. Cal Gray drops the mark. Picks it up quickly. And a real worm burner. Good pass, but the mark not taken by Williams. Handballs back into the centre of the ground. DeLang in the mud patch there. Picks it up. Does a nice little bit of a turn. A nice little handball out. And, there's a magnificent tackle there from the Bannockburn player. Can't pick...
Broome it is.
Broome. Magnificent. He ran the player down, and great work. Now he's got Colliger loose on centre wing. Chips it over the top. Now he's got to play on quickly. It got caught in the mud. Pavick can't take the mark at centre half forward. Good tap forward for Eastern Suburbs. Kick goes to the centre half forward position. Good position is Rose, and takes a fine defensive mark. Sees Tom loose on half back flank. Flicks it out wide. Tom takes the mark. Just slowing it down a little bit now. Moves in. Kicks the ball from half back towards centre wing. Well, it's 2-3 on 1 against Bannockburn there. And mark taken for the Eastern Suburbs side across the ground, but good work there by Giles. Shipped in front of McCormack. Now he plays on quickly on the left foot, sees the lead, and it's Pavic again at half forward. There's Giles. He's run onto the fall of the ball, taking the handball back from Pavic. He's had a pot shot from 45 metres out, and the mark has been taken almost in the goal square. It looks like Rowas, is it, down there in the full forward position?
They're teaming up very well together, Pavic and Giles. Whenever one gets the ball, the other one seems to make an extra couple of yards, to knowing very well that they're prepared to pass it off.
Ball in the full forward position. Rowas moves in on the right foot, straight over the goal umpire's head, and that is Darren Rowas' second goal. In fact, first score for the third quarter for the Bannockburn side, and on the Lexus of Wyndham scoreboard. 8 minutes gone, third quarter. Bannockburn now 9-5-59. They lead Eastern Suburbs 5-7-37.
They'll have to do something about that wing there. McCormack's just not quick enough to go with Giles, is he, Pete?
He's not, and I don't know why the change hasn't been made
Well,
up
I think
until
it might
right
have
now.
now. We've just preempted. We should be coaching the team. They've put Shorty Peters on the wing. Cook McCormack's gone to the half-forward flank. That also gives them another option in the marking option in the forward line too, doesn't it now? Because they have struggled across half-forward a little bit, haven't they?
And it's interesting, like Stevenson's gone across from this half-back flank, or half-forward flank, across to the other wing where Peters has played nearly all the game. But he copped a knock in the arm, and I think he might be struggling a bit.
Back in the middle now. Scott Bowl for Bannockburn against DeLang for Eastern Suburbs. DeLang goes up early. Bowl gets it down straight to Colliger. Ducks his head. And the umpire lets it go, and now he says it's mine. And it will be a secondary bounce. Right in the middle of Richmond Crescent. Bowl off a couple of steps. DeLang goes up, gets it down. Harding tries to tap it to the advantage of Colliger, only as far as Gray. And that is a free kick against Troy Colliger, going back to Cal Gray in the middle. O'Leary's got the football on centre wing. He gives it back to Gray now. It can go back to O'Leary if he wants to. He elects, though, to hold it up and look for something at half forward. Sheehan gives him a lead, and a long, good lead too. It's off hands, goes towards Singleton. Also Intervong running through the middle. Dodges a couple, tried to get a handball to Singleton, couldn't do so effectively. Coming through, Tom again, strong at the footy, and sees it over the boundary line. Just outside the 50-metre zone for Eastern Suburbs, attacking the city end in this third term. They need a goal. DeLang, Bowl gets it down to his left fist, only as far as O'Leary. Just gets his kick away under pressure, goes towards half forward. McCormack goes up, can't take the mark, off hands. Broom's there, then he leaves it behind, coming through Bowl. Little kick, DeLang's got it, and that was half a throw to Intervong. Intervong now gets it free towards Camerotto, and Camerotto takes the mark in the forward pocket. Had a player loose in the goal square. I think that was Sheehan, but Rose made up a lot of ground to hold Camerotto up.
Camerotto is not the type of player that would miss one of these goals. He's a bit of a specialist from here.
Oh, he's going to miss now. Camerotto comes in.
Thank you very much.
Puts it straight through the middle. So there you go. Paul Camerotto, the goal that the Eagles wanted, comes from their co-coach. And they go to 6-7-43, Eastern Suburbs, Bannockburn 9-5-59. Lex of Wyndham, third quarter scoreboard. We've been playing 10.5 minutes.
You must have known he was an outstanding junior full forward, did you?
I've seen him have a few shots at goal, and he is the type that tends to get more of the ones that you wouldn't expect him to get, and tends to blow the ones that you nearly put down your glasses over.
They've obviously seen enough of Mick O'Leary in the half-back flank too. He's in the middle, Pete, so it only took him half a game to get back where he probably belongs.
I think the difference at the moment is the smaller players for East aren't quite standing up, where the smaller players for Bannockburn are.
Well, Intervong stands up this time, tries to ride the bump.
Ducked into
it's
it,
6 of one, half dozen the other, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
Those sort of things. But Intervong plays on, could be in a bit of strife, has to go. Kick smothered, great play by Connors running off the half-forward flank. Gets a kick away high towards half-forward. Shaw, Stefanowski from behind, punches it away. Disciplined play, Intervong, handball to nobody. Now it's a foot race coming out East. Coming through, Intervong knew he'd made a mistake, had to try and butter it up. East loses the football, O'Leary gets the kick away towards half forward. Perkins and Williams. Perkins comes out, loses the football. Williams is still there. Perkins has done well. Oh, great pick up. Look at him run straight through. Gets the kick away towards half forward. Gray has to run back, coming out. Pavic as well. Has it, then loses it. Gray's back at centre half back. Got some support. Taps it out towards Gemmell, coming out at Harding. He meets the footy and Gemmell. Great work, Rick Harding at half forward. Kick around the corner towards Delamonica and Rowath. Rowath can't take the mark. Got some support and turns around on a 5-cent piece. Give it a running Pilgrim from 25 metres out and goes bang and kicks the goal.
Well,
From what you fellas tell me, that
mate, I I was in having half a scone at afternoon tea time, and Billy Caldo's in there, and they said, "Oh, Peter, we've got a dance on tonight. You should come out." Well, I know who'll be sitting in the corner having a beer and a drink together. Darren Roworth will get a few beers shouted to him by one Mr. Ronald Pilgrim, I think, after that handball.
You blokes keep telling me he doesn't handball. That's 2 today.
I wouldn't back answer Ronnie if he said, "Give me the ball." You'd give it to him.
Fair comment.
So 11-4. In fact, sorry, it's 10-5. 65 Bannockburn. Getting ahead of himself there. Eastern Suburbs 6-7-43. In the middle again. Through the middle. Intervong has to try and make it up now. Kiao, after probably costing them that goal. The Eagles. He goes with his right. But great kick to Camerotto. Well, he's made up for the last mistake.
Now, I'm going to tell you right here now, this is the one that you'd say put your glasses down, and this is the one he's more likely to miss.
Camerotto, 30 metres out. Slight angle. Has to aim towards the right-hand goal post. We've seen a number of players miss to the left. He goes in. He's done exactly the same thing. He's going to the Laurie de Goldie School of Kicking, I think, during the week, and he's not listening to me either. He's kicked it behind. So they're 6-8-44 Eastern Suburbs. Bannockburn 10-5-65. Lexington Wyndham third quarter scoreboard. 13.5 minutes gone.
And I wasn't too far off the mark.
You're actually starting to fill that expert commentary role beautifully, Peter.
Delahunt kicks the ball in, finds Tom loose on half-back and takes the safe mark overhead. Damien Tom having a very good quarter this third quarter. Drives the ball towards the centre of the ground. David White's there, but O'Leary used him as a step ladder, and Michael O'Leary's back, I think you could say. Beautiful mark, sees McCormack in the centre of the ground, in the corridor, and finds him safely. McCormack now plays on quickly. Sees Peters, who's drifted down into the forward line, and he plays on quickly also. There's the lead from Camerotto, and he's found him very comfortably. Great lead. And
don't say anything, Eric. Peter, quickly.
And this one he will kick. Deep in the forward pocket, 20 metres out, 25 metres out.
Almost
on the wrong side.
Angle.
On the wrong side. And you watch this.
Camerotto moves in on the right foot. He's, no, I think he's let you down, Pete. He's just drifted across the face of goal. And
2 for 3.
But my goodness, he's really given them a focal point up there in this third quarter now, the 14.5 minute mark. Lexus of Wyndham scoreboard, Eastern Suburbs 6-9-45. They trail Bannockburn 10-5-65.
They're delivering the ball well to him too, aren't they?
Well, I think that's a little bit different. Now Shorty Peters has come across this side of the ground. It's not giving Giles as much latitude.
Delahunt from fullback, kicks in towards Perkins. Good kick too. Finds Perkins, still inside defensive 50 at half-back. Southern side of the ground. White gives him a lead. He goes in that direction now. Getting back there, DeLang as well. Oh, Cal Gray goes up. Can't take the mark. White keeps his feet. Can he get rid of the footy? Yes, he can now. By hand towards Lincoln East. DeLang follows him. He's on the centre wing position. Goes towards Stefanovski at half-back. Big Jacko puts the hands up and takes it the second attempt. At half-back. Drives the Eagles back towards the middle. Williams goes up. Off hands. Perkins reads the play well. Meshes a pass towards... good play. Pavic has it on a string in the middle. Ronnie Pilgrim gives him the footy back. He plays on. So, no, Ronnie, you can't do that. Ronnie shepherded the man on the mark, which you can't do until he plays on, and he hadn't. And now he's back in the middle. Nick Pavic with the football. Kicks it towards the half-forward flank. Shaw. Stefanovski. Shaw gets a hand to it. Can't take the mark. Bailey. Off hands. Stefanovski tries to tap the advantage of Gemmell. Only as far as Giles. Ronnie Pilgrim leaves the footy behind, which you don't see too often, especially when he's close to goal. Gemmell gets it wide towards McCormack. And Broome, he does well, McCormack. He holds up Broome and gets the footy over to Shorty Peters. Has to be quick. Shorty, if you don't mind, goes with the right foot towards half forward. Sheehan comes in. Coming out also Delahunt, leaves it behind Singleton. Rose is back there. Handball to Delahunt. Stevenson right next to him. Left foot kick wide. It's going to be okay because Aaron Broome has got an hour and a half and Ashley Perkins in support. And he's at half back. Can measure it now towards Tom and does so on the point of the centre square at half back. Measures the pass across the ground. Going to be chopped off by Sean Rundle. Does well. White, though, with the numbers. If he can get a short little kick over towards Colliger and East, he does so now. And now Colliger's got it. Can he keep it in? No, he can't. The boundary umpire will throw it in on centre wing. Southern side of the ground. Eastern Suburbs 6-9-45. Bannockburn 10-5-65. Lexington Wyndham third quarter scoreboard.
Just walking across the ground at half time. The ground is quite soft. And I reckon this game has been played at a fairly brisk pace. It'll be interesting to see how the boys do stand up in the last half of the last quarter.
From the throw-in, the ball's come to ground, and O'Leary Michael's driven the ball into the full forward position to O'Leary Sean with the one hand, very casually. Sean put the right arm out. The ball saddled nicely into there. And he's going to be kicking from 46 metres to Sean O'Leary. A very good kick from there, and obviously he didn't think he could make it because Peters has just...
Did you have the tape measure out there, did you?
Yes,
46 metres?
Yes, I saw how far he was inside the mark. But David Peters, the captain, has just run quietly into the gap there between the full forward position and the kicker.
You're 2 for 3, Pete.
Taking the mark.
You're 2 for 3.
Oh no, Shorty's a captain. He'll kick a captain's goal here and lift the Eagles, I think.
Good posse to be kicking from. Peters, no, he's gone across the face of goal. Can Eastern Suburbs get a mark? Comes down, the ball's still in play. Camerotto's tried to crash his way through 2 or 3 tackles. Oh, coming through and missing the ball, but not missing the ball. That was
Stevenson.
Stevenson of Eastern Suburbs. Can't quite make the distance. Mark taken in defence. Pavic on his own on half-back flank takes the mark. Well, just flicks the handball across to his teammate in Rose. Rose finds Giles, and here goes Giles, trying to get around his opponent there in Stevenson. Does so. He's put his forwards under a bit of pressure with that kick, though. Comes off the hands of the pack to Intervong. That's East gets the ball. It's getting rather scrappy in the middle of the ground. Players, well, perhaps even starting to tire. Some of the skills are coming off. Stefanovski, great tackle by Connors. Ball comes to ground. And kicked half Stevenson. His feet are going up and down the one spot. Great tackle by Giles. Gets a handball clear. And Giles now runs onto the ball. Oh, beats a tackle well. Sees the lead on half forward. Can he find him? It's Colliger. Yeah, the mark must be taken, surely. And great mark there from Troy Colliger.
Oh.
Well, too late now. Now he sees the lead coming from full forward position. Oh, great defence, Andrew Hill. He's really impresses me as a defender. Handball comes across to Michael O'Leary. He goes for the safety of the boundary. Can he find it? Descending on the ball is Harding, but not quite quick enough. And the ball over the boundary line.
Eric, if Andrew Hill impresses you, maybe you should mention his name to the chairman of the selectors of the Interleague for next week.
I thought he was in it.
He is.
Well, he hasn't been selected in the
I
side
beg your
yet.
pardon.
He might be. Ball from O'Leary now to Cal Gray, who's up the ground a bit more today. We've seen him in the back pocket, but he's on centre wing. He goes towards O'Leary and Delahunt. O'Leary runs away, takes the mark. That's Sean. Kicks it back in towards Camerotto, one-on-one with Hewitt. Over the head of both of them. Coming back Rose as well. Works hard with Hewitt. And ball free in the back pocket. Getting away Hewitt now wants to get back on the right boot. Measures a pass towards centre half back. Great kick. Nick Pavic is best player on the ground by an absolute country mile. Goes to the right boot towards centre wing. And taking the mark is Ritchie. This is the boy, is he, Pete? Mark Ritchie goes towards half forward. Great kick too. Finds Troy Colliger. Stony Crossing. Well, he's found Troy Colliger at half forward. And he has taken the mark in front of Sean Rundle. Now Colliger comes in from 50. Good kick for distance. Coming around absolutely beautifully, if you don't mind. And has kicked the goal and has told every Eastern Suburbs player about it on the, or every Eastern Suburbs supporter on the half forward flank. And Troy Colliger has kicked his second goal and is set here for the Tigers. They go to 11-5. Great work, 71, and Eastern Suburbs 6-9-45. Leicester Wyndham third quarter scoreboard, 20.5 minutes gone.
They're doing all right, Pete, if they can bring a fellow like Ritchie off the bench, and gee, just a classic bit of play for him.
I think he's a very big boy, and he's built well, and he's only 18 years of age.
Yeah.
We're getting similarities here. We'll call him the Peter Bell of the GDFL because he's studying to be a lawyer.
Oh dear.
He's actually, Stefanovski was getting on top of Clinton Shaw, so Richard Corrigan's made that move and put Ritchie at centre half forward. Back in the middle, Delang gets it down to Intervong, who that's holding the ball. That's too high.
That's a shocking decision.
I thought he got him pretty well there.
He had him by the jumper.
Yep. But anyway.
And it wasn't the collar of the jumper either, it was high on the back.
So Intervong's got it at in the middle of the ground, goes towards half forward. Williams, and standing his ground, Delahunt takes the mark. Uncontested in the end. He's got Ritchie wide, but he elects though to hold it up and look for the other side of the ground. He goes there now. Rose gave him a lead. Gray from behind. Rose can't take the mark, falls over. Harding's there in support, can get away. Great pick up too on the run, away from Buckingham or down the field. Undisciplined play, Mark Buckingham. And it will be play on advantage now. They go through half forward towards full forward Hill. Andrews from behind. 2 grabs, play on. Both got a hand to it. Goes towards Sean Rundle, or kicks dangerously back into the goal. And Mark Ritchie says, thanks very much.
It's Troy Colliger.
Was it Troy Colliger?
Yeah, Troy Colliger.
It is too. Troy Colliger's got it. So his third and second in probably a minute and a half. And 12-5-77, Bannockburn. They lead Eastern Suburbs 6-9-45. Lex of Wyndham third quarter scoreboard. Is that... Oh, no, she's not.
Sorry, mate. I'm just starting to put the nails in.
Oh, is that the nails? I thought that was the fat lady on the door. She was going to come in and start singing.
22 minutes into the third quarter. It's a bit early, do you think?
Well,
Pete hasn't been wrong too often today.
No, you're right. You're right. He's pretty well spot on. I certainly wouldn't question his judgment in any shape or form.
the Eagles just seem to be tiring a bit.
Ball in the centre of the ground. Up they go. Oh, DeLang clearly gets the tap across, but Shark there by Connors. But great tackle. Handball comes to White, straight up and down in the centre of the ground still. Picked up by O'Leary Michael. Handball forward, kicked off the ground by Calgray, who seems to be playing much closer to the middle of the ground all of a sudden, Calgray, and that's probably not a bad move either. And he kicks the ball along the ground. It's gone out of bounds almost where the 50-metre arc intersects with the boundary line. Now we get the ball's moving pretty smartly. The boundary umpire had some difficulty catching up. And we wait for the ball now to be returned to said boundary umpire, and he's almost ready to put it into play. 23 minutes gone, third quarter. Lexus of Wyndham scoreboard, 12-5, Bannockburn lead, Eastern Suburbs 6-9. From the throw-in, it's come to, well, it's a mark, no, not paid, but certainly a free kick to Sean O'Leary. But,
it's like watching the Cracker Brothers, isn't it? Sean and Michael.
Yes, they work pretty well together. So Sean O'Leary now plays on. Has a kick from just inside the 50. It's a good-looking kick. It's going to land in the goal square, but great work there by
That's confidence.
Ashley Perkins in front.
Like normally you'd just punch that through the goals, but he's just said, no, I'll mark that.
And he did just that. Tried to find Nicky Pavic on half-back flank, and off his hands it goes over the boundary line for throwing. But yeah, you're right. That was a strong mark in front. You usually don't do that if you're a defender, but great confidence. Ball now 35 metres from the behind post. Thrown in again to the back of the pack. It's come off hands to Peters. Peters handball to McCormack running through. McCormack runs into trouble, and now Eastern Suburbs are in trouble because the Bannockburn defenders, they descend on the ball. Now it stacks on the mill, and when 3 or 4 players finally get up, the umpire will take control of the ball. 30 metres out, directly in front of the Eastern Suburbs goal, and umpire about to put the ball into play once again. Up it goes. Williams does the ruck work, comes to Pavic, little handball to Tom, and Tom just with the right foot chip along the ground, and he's found the safety of the boundary line once again, and we'll have a throw in half forward flank for the Eastern Suburbs side. 24.5 minutes gone third quarter. JC, if you can get a score.
Throw in now, down there, Frost back on the ground for Bannockburn. Damien Williams doing the ruck work in the forward line for the Eagles. Boundary umpire has the ball. Throws it in front, Frost from behind Williams. Frost gets it towards Connors and also Broome. Broome gets a kick around the corner towards DeLang. Can't pick it up. Ronnie Pilgrim, short little kick against Bailey. Giles in there also. Still in the field of play. Ronnie Pilgrim trying to tap it on. Now Bailey, his opposite number, can give it to Fulston. He does so now. Goes with a torpedo punt from centre wing towards centre half forward. From behind, McCormack takes the grab. He's got Williams in the pocket if he sees him. He does now, but he also sees Camerado on a lead. Great kick, great mark. Good play, the Eagles. They need one. Will he kick it, Pete?
Let me just contemplate here for a moment.
Oh, you'll wait until he kicks it.
No, he won't.
No, he won't.
You have to now.
Well, now he might have to. He actually tried to play on and kick it to a better...
So, three-quarter time score at the MCG, and it's Hawthorn by 3 points. 9-8-62 to 8-11-59.
We come from Tiger.
It's pretty close again at the G. And it is Paul Camerado from the right forward pocket.
He will kick this, Jason.
He will kick this. Camerado comes in now. Straight through the middle. No mucking around. Banana kicks his second and tries to lift the side. And his second goal since being moved to full forward. And the 7th for Eastern Suburbs. They're 7-9-51 Bannockburn, 12-5-77 Lex of Wyndham third quarter scoreboard.
And I'm not
playing 26 minutes.
I'm not trying to put you under pressure. What's been the difference in the Eastern Suburbs side? 2 changes have made the difference.
Camerado to full forward.
Camerado to full forward and McCormack off the wing and down into the centre of the
O'Leary in the middle.
And O'Leary in the middle.
Yeah, and Mick, yeah. I better give him a pat in the back.
Three-quarter time score at Shell Stadium. Geelong 15-8-98. They lead St Kilda 12-7-79. So still pretty close there. Peter's thinking...
I'm not saying a word.
Geez, we all picked St Kilda this weekend too. I bet you Geelong get up and win. DeLang back in the middle. Gets it down. Quick goal needed. Free kick found. Going to go against Frost. Going to go to DeLang for an infringement in the ruck contest. He's got O'Leary standing right next to him. He might... Well, he
didn't have the ball.
He didn't have the ball. Mick was running past. He's gone, my goodness, you've dropped the ball. Well, he gives it to him now, so Mick gets a kick. in the middle. Goes towards centre half forward. Towards brother Sean again. Plays for the push. Didn't get it. Troy Colliger does. He takes the mark and plays on. Rose running out of the back pocket. Gives it to him. Can go with the left boot towards half-back Giles. Sheehan's on him now. Gets the punch away. Troy Sheehan as well. Does well. And pretty close to the boundary line. Was that out in the full? Shorty says, but no. Tries everything in the book. David Peters.
Said it with a smile.
Yeah, said it with a smile. And it will be a boundary thrown at half forward. Frost in front, DeLang from behind. Taps it towards Connors and O'Leary. Falston gets it. Was going to handball. Probably should have the first time, but that's okay. Gets it to DeLang, who gets it to O'Leary. Handball to Sheehan on half forward. Now he needs to set something up. Goes long towards Camarado and O'Leary. Off hands towards Sean O'Leary. Can he get the goal? No, he can't, because he's tackled as he gets his kick away, and it only goes as far as Nathan Rose. Right in the last line defence. Good kick too. Finds Rick Harding in the back pocket. Runs away. Kicks it outside 50 towards centre wing. In front Gemmell. Then also Lincoln East. Lincoln East recovery. On centre wing goes towards half forward. Coming out Pavic. Oh, it's nearly hit Billy Caldo on the head, I think, who's standing on the other side of the boundary line.
Looked like Bernie Hamley leading from that seat. Nearly took the mark.
And it will be a free kick to Stefanovski at half back for the Eagles. He's got the ball now goes towards centre wing. Up there Sheehan, off hands Harding, also working hard in there, and getting it away towards Connors. Falston tried to tap it away from Connors. Connors now runs to Colliger and gives him the footy. Goes towards centre half forward. Rundle backed himself and did well. Kept it in front. Can handball to Peters. Elects to go with the kick though towards centre wing. Mick O'Leary makes up a bit of ground. Can he take the mark? He's testing that back and those hamstrings out, and it's okay because he takes the mark. Tries to measure the pass towards Falston. Delahunt comes out. Doesn't sit well for him. 3 against 1. Broome can run away for the Bannockburn side. Go towards Connors. Uncontested in the middle. Takes the mark. Goes towards centre half forward. Fantastic kick. Pavic. Handballs off. It's a training drill. He gives it to Lincoln East. Can he finish it off? He goes to the right boot, and I think he might have. That's great play, Bannockburn. Lincoln East with the goal. His second. And great play from half-back. The turnover, unfortunately, came from Mick O'Leary. And Lincoln East's second goal is the 13th for Bannockburn. Great kicking too. 13-5-83. They lead Eastern Suburbs 7-9-51. Lex Wyndham third quarter scoreboard.
Pete, I haven't seen Bannockburn the last couple of years, but surely there's some signs here that they're getting close to the best foot that they've played.
Well, I think they're starting to get players back, and they've had 1 or 2 games under their belt, and I really think the likes of Colliger and fellas that have been playing all year are now starting to get support.
Ball thrown up in the middle of the ground, tapped forward by DeLang, intercepted there for Bannockburn, but the kick goes to Peters on centre wing. He's got the lead there from O'Leary. O'Leary pushed in the back. The ball's fallen over the top of his head, and now the ball's come to Tom. Takes the mark on centre wing. Well, Peters just tried for the Academy Award and didn't get anything like it. Ball's on half forward flank for the Bannockburn side. Pavic on hands and knees.
That is one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
I best, for the listeners, I'll explain it. The ball had gone 35 metres. David Peters was chasing. A player ran towards him. David Peters threw himself flat on the ground. There wasn't anyone within 5 metres of him.
And our cameraman, I reckon, would have been following the ball and wouldn't have got that, because that would have been a classic bit of play up at the end of the year.
And as we speak, the siren has sounded for three-quarter time. So the scoreboard at three-quarter time, the Lexus of Wyndham scoreboard, Eastern Suburbs 7-9-51. They trail Bannockburn 13-5-83.
So the goal scorers at three-quarter time for Bannockburn, 3 to Troy Colliger and 2 each to Darren Rowath, Ron Pilgrim, Shane Andrews, Nick Pavic and Lincoln East, while for Eastern Suburbs 2. It's like commentating with Ron Brain sometimes here, I tell you. Unbelievable. We'll get you that running sheet next week, Peter.
Ian, how you going, buddy?
Well, ready for the final term now. Umpire Cromer has the ball and will throw it up for the start of this final term. DeLang up against Frost. DeLang gets it down towards that man, Mick O'Leary, gets his left foot to it towards half forward, looking for brother Sean. Might give away a free kick. No, he doesn't. And Tom gets it towards Nathan Rose, just wants to safety the boundary line. Will Mick O'Leary be able to keep it in? I don't think so. He doesn't. And he's out of bounds on the half forward flank. And Mick O'Leary just talking to the past players stand down there, which he enjoys Shane O'Brien, Robbie Reuter and Andrew Reuter's presence this afternoon. They're enjoying it on half forward, right where the boundary umpire throws it in. Gets it over the back to DeLang to Fulston. Can't get it on towards Singleton though. Tom gets the kick away, comes towards the league secretary Alan Moore, who gets a great kick. And that's his first possession in a few years, Alan Moore. And a goal is called. He'll be putting that down on the stats sheet, I'm sure, tomorrow morning. But it is a boundary throw-in right in front of the Geelong Radio commentary box. Frost gets it down to the side towards Pavic. The two number 24s go at it. O'Leary's there. White gets a kick away high towards half forward. East tries to stand his ground. Gemmell puts his hands up, takes a good mark. Pay that umpire he has. And Chris Gemmell has taken it. Half-back flank for the Eagles. Goes in towards the middle. McCormack makes up a bit of ground. Can't take the mark. Harding goes pretty well there, but Buckingham chops it off and can run away at half forward. Measure the pass towards the leading Camerado. Works Hewitt past the ball. Now Banana. Can he turn around? No, he can't. Hewitt's right next to him. Now Banana can get a handball out. Can he? To Peters. No, he can't do so either. And coming through, Rick Harding folded all the way down. Kicks it across the face of goal towards the left forward pocket. And it is out of bounds. O'Leary. That Sean can't keep it in. And we'll have a boundary throw in.
Harding almost could have scored because he was tackled as he kicked the ball, swung the right way, and the ball almost went.
But that's what you were talking about before. Like Harding's run from the wing all the way down chasing the ball, whereas some of the East players just don't do that. They go to a contest and then pull up.
From the throw-in, it came to Michael O'Leary. His kick was smothered in the forward pocket, and it's Bannockburn again. A high, wide and handsome kick. Frost,
He stumped it up Fitzroy Street.
Disciplined play there from John Frost. He was out of position. The Eastern Suburbs player in that looked like Bailey was in front, and he put the big fist into the ball and put it over the boundary line. So we're just outside where the 50 meets the boundary. Northern side of the ground. In front there is DeLang. Taps the ball forward. That was Pavic, had it taken off him by Intervong. Now the ball very close to the boundary line. Boundary umpire says it's over, in fact, and we'll have a throw in about 40 metres from the behind post. Boundary umpire on the northern side of Richmond Crescent. We've been playing 2.5 minutes, final quarter. Ball comes in once again. Frost gets the tap from behind, this time over DeLang. Intervong runs onto the ball, runs over the ball and couldn't take it away. Connors gets a handball to Frost. It's gone astray, but he butters up. There's O'Leary, a magnificent handball. It finally comes to Sean O'Leary. Up one step, has kicked almost let me wait for the goal umpire, the goal of the day. A magnificent goal there from Sean O'Leary. And can they come back, Eastern Suburbs? Buckley's Entertainment Centre, final quarter scoreboard. 8 goals, 9. 57 Eastern Suburbs. They trail Bannockburn 13-5, 83.
Been playing 3.5 minutes, Pete, in this final term, and he's a bit freakish like that, Sean, isn't he? Sometimes can get the kicks off one step. It looked like a bit of a rugby kick, didn't it? Kick the goal.
Puddin does do very well. Like Eric said, he kicked off one step. I don't think he really wants to take too many more than one, Sean. Another comment I make, Kyo Interfong. I reckon he's beefed up a bit too. He seems very much stronger in the packs, which is good for Eastern Suburbs.
Back in the middle now. DeLang up against Frost. And goes up to Lang, gets it down towards the 2 number 3s, Intervong and also Connors. Goes to McCormack, goes to Mick O'Leary, goes to Singleton, tapped it on, no talking, straight towards Connors and Colliger at centre half back. Threw it out to White, was okay, can turn around and go with the right boot. Goes towards centre half forward, Williams back there on Pilgrim now. Can he take the mark? No, he can't. Oh, needs some support. Hasn't got any. Ronnie now, Williams does well to tap it out towards Stefanovski. He goes long towards centre wing. Nobody to kick to though. Troy Colliger's out there. Peters has to make up a bit of ground. Goes past them towards Aaron Broom as well, pretty close to the boundary line, and they see it over. Turnovers may be crucial, and Singleton had it and then just thumped it towards centre half forward when he could have picked it up and maybe done something a little bit more constructive. The ball is on the southern side centre wing. We'll have a throw in. It's 8-9, 57 playing 13-5, 83. Boundary throw in. Now off hands, goes to the front of the pack. Fulston coming through, Harding as well, attacking it. Loses the footy though. Intervong's there again, and Fulston 2-on-1. Kick it short, only as far as Connors. Can't keep it in, and is out of bounds for a throw in once again on centre wing. Pretty dark here at Richmond Crescent in this final term. Don't forget, after the end of this match, we'll have the final siren. Thanks to White Cross Healthcare, we'll bring you all the updates of all the games being played around the region and also from the AFL. Ball comes to the side of the pack. Colliger ducks his head, got a free kick for too high, and Mark Buckingham can't believe it as Colliger handballs it away quickly, and no, it'll have to come back. The umpire called time on, so comes back to Troy Colliger on centre wing. And now we'll drive the Tigers towards half forward. Leads on by Pilgrim. Williams in front. Pilgrim uses the body beautifully, Ronnie. Takes the mark. Always looking to do something. Goes for the kick towards Andrews. Goes up. Can take the mark. The ball just floated in there. Held up with the breeze. Andrews in front. Not much Andy Hill can do on that occasion. And He'll have a shot for goal from about 45 metres out.
Be a good kick today with that breeze swirling at the western end particularly.
You kick it, Pete.
It's probably due to kick one, actually.
Straight into the arms of John Stefanowski, who punched it through. Didn't make the distance.
It was really like a lofted 9-iron, wasn't it?
One of your 9-irons, maybe. Mine hit the green. What are you talking about? 3 for 1 behind.
10 metres.
13-6-84 Bannockburn. Eastern Suburbs 8-9-57. Buckley's Entertainment Centre final quarter scoreboard. And we have been playing 6.5 minutes in this final term. Andrew Hill with the football at fullback for the Eagles. Now goes long to the outer side. Stefanowski getting across there, off hands to the back of the pack. College there again. Gets the right foot kick towards centre half forward to Ronnie Pilgrim, who takes it mark uncontested. Ronnie, short little kick. David White takes the slips catch.
I thought the umpy was going to think about that for a second. He seemed to be very late.
Had a good look at it. Is that what they say?
So David White has the ball. And if Shane Andrews struggles from that position, I think David White might as well.
He can kick a ball. Can kick a ball. And likes kicking goals. Oh, hello, he's got money in his hand.
JD's gone for the paper money. Big better he is.
Yeah, dollar coins always look like paper money to me.
Pulled the 100 out and lost it. And lost it.
And he's kicked it to Swanson Street. Oh, there you go.
That's why I commentate, Pete, and you're the expert comments, and that's why Eric knows everything about football, because I don't know anything, so that's okay. Well, 14th goal for Bannockburn, 14-6-100, and they lead Eastern Suburbs 8-9-57. Buckley's Entertainment Centre final quarter scoreboard, and it's 7.5 minutes gone.
And last quarter, late in the last quarter, Geelong only 1 point over St Kilda, I understand.
Ooh. Well, big.
And Hawthorn 21 over Richmond.
Oh, I see you, Tigers. Tigers are gone.
Not yet.
Back in the middle now, DeLang up against Frost once more. For their respective sides, DeLang gets it down towards Fulston, and also coming off the wing, Buckingham. Tried to get his kick away, got slung no. Fulston handball to Intervong. He gets a kick away towards centre half forward, coming across Rose and Delahunt for the Bannockburn side. Delahunt, the most, well, I don't know what that sort of handball was, but it was okay because it found Aaron Broom, who got it to Nathan Rose, who goes towards centre wing. Harding getting across there. It's 2-on-1. Oh, Buckingham falls over the crucial stage anyway, so Easters will be able to run away. And half forward, measure it and drill it to Pavic. On centre wing, it's a training drill again. He gives it back to East. He can give it back to Pavic. He elects, though, to go from 40 metres in towards full forward. Andrews can't take the mark. Off hands. Comes to the front of the pack. They're working pretty hard there, Rowth and Ritchie. Rowth's there. Handballs again to Ronnie. And Ronnie has kicked a goal. And Darren Rowth has handball 3 times to Ronnie Pilgrim for 3 goals.
But that's how quick Darren Rowth is. Instead of tackling the player that was running out of the back line, he chose to knock the ball out of his hands, like knock it onto the ground and then recover. So he's knocked it out of the opposing player's hands, got control of the ball, picked it up, handballed it to Ronnie, and thank you very much.
Indicative of the sort of player that all the Ballaroon players, the Bannockburn players, right from the back line, congratulating one another. The camaraderie, the atmosphere is just sensational out there. They've really come back pretty strongly, I think.
And the word I have is that Hewitt will look fantastic in a dress tonight. That's how close they are out there.
They've got a function at Bannockburn, so that'll be interesting to see. Looks like they're going on to a big win. Fulston tried to give it to Intervong coming through Harding, left it behind, as did Perkins. Intervong tries to give it back to O'Leary. He's over the top of the football, played for a bit of a free kick, didn't get one, and the umpire will now come in and bounce it. Back in the middle. And a ball up. Mick O'Leary gets up.
Looking pretty tired now, I think, Mick.
He's had a big afternoon, his first game back.
Done well.
Down to Colliger, kick smothered by Fulston, who comes through. Handball towards Peters, puts it out in front of him. Harding makes up a bit of ground. Shorty, though, pretty quick. Handball to nobody in particular. Coming out, Camarado sits for him. Could have handballed to Sean O'Leary. Better kick the goal. And does. Paul Camarado, his 3rd. And the 9th for Eastern Suburbs. They go to 9-9-63. They trail Bannockburn, who are 16-6-106 on the Buckley's Entertainment Centre final quarter scoreboard. We've been playing 10.5 minutes. And, well, just as well he kicked it, Pete, because he had Sean O'Leary screaming for it as he ran past.
Yes. Paul's a bit like that. Loves kicking a goal himself. I think as soon as he sees the whites of the posts, he's close enough.
Or when you're the co-coach, isn't that the way it should be?
Yeah, true. True.
From the throw up in the middle, a big punch forward for Bannockburn, but it comes back to Mick O'Leary in the centre of Richmond Crescent. Drives to centre half forward. Players fly, the ball comes to ground. McCormack can't pick it up. Sean O'Leary does, but it's straight into the arms there of the Bannockburn defence. There's East takes the mark on half-back flank. Handball over the top to David White, put him in, a little bit of trouble, but he gets clear, drives the ball to half forward, and good, well marked. I was going to say should have been taken there by Gemmell, and it is finally paid by the umpire. Gemmell on half-back flank for Eastern Suburbs. Drives to the centre of the ground. The lead's by McCormack, and he takes the mark on his chest ahead there of his opponent in Perkins. McCormack now, straight down the middle of Richmond Crescent from behind. Well, I don't know why that wasn't paid a mark to Bannockburn, but the ball play on, says the umpire. And gee, you've really got to. It's funny that the umpires, one umpire you got to earn your marks, the next one it's ticky touch for.
I thought Broome had that a couple of times. Yeah.
Well, he certainly David Peters tried hard to spoil it, but throw up half forward flank, bowl up high, gets the tap toward the boundary line. Players overrun the ball till finally Bannockburn player grabbed without the ball, said the umpire, and it looks a bit like Delahunt. And Delahunt, well,
No, it's Colliger.
It's not his kick. Now Colliger. Well, this is dangerous. Goes across the face of the goal. Delahunt, he's got East over there. Oh, surely that's a free kick, umpire, not paid. And comes back onto the ball. East off the ground. Into Vong, runs hard at the ball. It's come to, well, that was Singleton. Haven't sighted him for a quarter and a half. He's picked it up on the left foot. He's gone bang, and he's kicked it through for his third goal of the day. And on the Buckley's Entertainment Centre scoreboard, Eastern Suburbs now 10-9-69, but they trail Bannockburn 15-6-96.
Just a dangerous kick across the back line there by Steve Delahunt.
I thought it was a
free
really,
kick?
yeah. No, I thought it was a shocking kick across. With the wind the way it is, he's really kicked into the wind, so the ball's going to hold up and give the opposition player a time to make the ground. Well,
we've been playing 13 minutes in this final term. Eastern Suburbs 10-9. Bannockburn 15-6, and the Hawthorn are 12 points in front of Richmond at the MCG. Stages final quarter at the G, and it is the final term here at Eastern Suburbs also.
Won't want to go too much longer. It's very, very dark at the present moment. Umpire has now got the ball in the centre of Richmond Crescent, and about to resume proceedings. Up goes the ball. This time it's Bowl, gets a tap for Bannockburn. Connors runs onto it. Colliger picks up the ball, weaves his way through the pack. Handball out to David White. Can't get the ball. Good work by Buckingham of Eastern Suburbs. He's kicked it wide, and diving mark there taken for Eastern Suburbs by Bailey. Kicks the ball back into the corridor to Mick O'Leary, and he's taken the mark. Well, still inside the centre square, but he's back in the centre corridor as well, so much better positioning for Eastern Suburbs. O'Leary now looking for some options up forward. There's the lead. It's coming wide from Camerotto, and it's a long, good, solid, strong lead there from Paul Camerotto, and he's taken the mark just outside 50. He's probably on the right side of the ground to get some wind assistance, but it'll take an extremely good kick to score from there. Camerotto now. Half forward flank for Eastern Suburbs. Almost 15 minutes, final quarter. Camerotto comes now, moves in. On the right foot, he's certainly going to get the distance, but endeavouring to get distance, he's hooked it, and his personal tally for the day goes to 3 goals 3. And the Buckley's Entertainment Centre scoreboard, Eastern Suburbs 10-10-70, trail Bannockburn 15-6-96.
Pete, stop nodding your head on radio, it's not good, okay? He's going, yes, he'll kick it, and then as he kicked it, no, he won't kick it. The ball's with Delahunt at fullback for Bannockburn. He's holding the ball up, he hasn't got much to kick to. He's got Hewitt short, he goes in that direction, and it's okay. Takes the mark, plays on quickly, handball to Harding. Oh, nearly hits him in the head with it. Goes with his right boot towards half-back Giles. Kelvin Gray from behind Giles. Holds it up. O'Leary's there. Good pick up, Mick O'Leary to McCormack. He's still on centre wing. Tries to measure the pass to Fulston. It's all right. And he takes it. Plays on quickly. Kick it across half forward. It's okay to Buckingham. It's over his head, though. And that wind got it. And, in fact, it might run all the way out of bounds. It has. and it's on the half-forward flank on the southern side of Richmond Crescent. Some three-quarter time scores. Geelong West 12-10-82, lead North Geelong 8-5-53. Belmont Lions 6-8-42. They trail Thompson 9-8-62. And Corio 14-13-97 lead. Werribee Central 6-12-48. So there you go, the Devils in front of the Centurions. And the mark has been taken by Sean Rundle on the outer side centre wing. And try and push the Eagles back into attack. It's a funny old game football, isn't it, Pete?
No Howlett, no Centurion.
Ball towards half forward. White off his hands and out of bounds. Is it? It is now. Fulston can't keep it in. And it will be a throw in at half forward for the Eagles.
No score since quarter time from Belpo still. That's a bit of a worry. Only 2 points at quarter time. Perhaps they not prepared to give a score through. They might be going too well either, Pete.
No. It could be interesting.
Ball thrown in, half forward flank. Well, umpire nearly got in the road. It's centre half forward for the Eastern Suburbs side. Perkins, handballs to nobody. Cal Gray, can he run onto it? No, he can't. McCormick beats him. Handball across to Stefanovski. He's a long way up from centre half back. He's going to land the ball in the goal square. It's a hotly contested ball there. Camerotto can't get hold of it. Peters can't get hold of it. And finally, well, the umpire's going to ball it up. I think it won't be a throw in.
Well, you're 7 or 8 goals up, and look at the way that Bannockburn are defending it. It was if it was, the scores were level or you were down by a point.
Yes, they're certainly playing much better brand of football than they were the last time we saw them. Ball thrown up. Nobody can get the ball until finally David Peters, I'm sure it was, grabbed the ball, had a pot shot, and unfortunately he has missed. But great attempt by Peters. Buckley's Entertainment Centre scoreboard now. Eastern Suburbs 10-11-71. They're trailing Bannockburn 15-6-96. It's almost if the ball's been in the forward half for Eastern Suburbs for some 5 or 6 minutes.
17 and a half minutes gone in this final term. Delahunt kicks in. That's okay to Perkins. He finds him, takes the one grab just inside the 50-metre arc. Defensively for the Tigers, he goes to the outer side and getting back there, Bowl, and also coming through. Can't take the mark was Pavic. Over the top, Stefanovski towards Delamonica, sets him up, gets the footy away, but not effectively. Colliger now running through the middle, can measure the pass towards Harding. It's okay. Handball inboard to Ritchie. He's at 50, he's at 40, he's at 30, and goes to the left boot and kicks the goal. Good kick, good finish, and good play by Bannockburn through the middle of the ground. And Mark Ritchie kicks his first. And the 16th for Bannockburn. They're 16-6. And that's 102. And they lead Eastern Suburbs 10-11-71 on the Buckley's Entertainment Centre final quarter scoreboard.
Great balance from the young fella there. By gee, he's running full tilt, but he had the ball absolutely under control with that kick.
Feeds himself on homegrown beef, mate. That's why he's
is?
Good country boy from Turleybuck, yeah.
Oh, gee, no, that was an excellent goal.
Good play in the middle by Bannockburn through Troy Colliger and Rick Harding once again. And just being able to put the score on the board after Eastern Suburbs had the footy for 5 or 6 minutes, as Eric said, in their forward line. And working hard, back in the middle. And Scott Bowl back on the ground for Bannockburn to do the ruck work against DeLang. Bowl has to jump up basketball style, which he has been known to do, and it's off hands now, back towards Bowl. It's a bit of aerial ping pong. Connors gets the kick away in the end towards centre half forward. Oh, good Mark Williams, strong against Ron Pilgrim. And Williams at centre half back. Goes into the middle, Buckingham, and takes the mark, does he? No, well, got one high anyway, Buckingham, so we'll take the free kick in the middle of the ground. Now Mark Buckingham just holding things up. McCormack gives him a short lead. He wants one long. He wants to go towards centre half forward, getting across there and getting in the middle was Singleton. Off hands, good towards Intervong, but chopped off Delahunt. Gets the kick away towards Giles. If he gets it, he can run away, can he? No, Cal Gray comes through. Giles is still there. O'Leary's right next to him. He gets his kick away though. Good defensive play. Gets it towards centre wing, finds a safety to the boundary line. And we'll have a throw in right in front of the Geelong radio commentary box. We've been playing 20 minutes in this final term. And it is Bannockburn 16-6-102. They lead Eastern Suburbs 10-11-71, 31 points of difference.
And it is very dark.
It is extremely dark. I can't see the time clock in front of my face. That's how dark it is. Kick now goes towards Perkins and McCormack. Perkins takes it at half back. And he goes with the right boot into the middle of the ground looking for Colliger. He's got Rose on his outside, so he gives it to him now. Tank goes with a left boot. Oh, great kick to Andrews. But he can't take the mark. Rowett's there, though. He was not going to handball to Ronnie this time. He goes towards Pavic instead. Punched away by Gemmell. Good defensive play. Harding's there. Can't take it with him. Neither can Fulston, but he gets a free kick for a hold. And he will take the free kick at half-back.
Yes, Eastern Suburbs with the ball. Centre half-back Fulston goes wide. Sees a player loose out there who's just come back on the ground also in Rundle. But he can't control the ball, unfortunately, and it's over the boundary line. Looking for a throw in. True centre wing on the southern side of Richmond Crescent. 21 minutes gone, final quarter. Severe chance that it may well rain. It's starting to blow fairly solidly from the throw in. Bannockburn forward once again. But at centre half back, it's all Eastern Suburbs until finally good work there by the Bannockburn players. And well, the umpire's picked a free kick out of that. And looks a bit like Roweth, is it? No, who's it gone to Connors? Connors was on the bottom of the pack. He sees a lead there, and well, great work again by Hill. Andrews had the lead, had to prop because the ball sort of held up in the breeze ever so slightly, and Hill was able to get the fist to the ball and put it over the boundary line. Just over 50 metres out from the western goal. Eastern Suburbs kicking, of course, to the eastern side in this last quarter. Bannockburn going west from the throw-in. The ball's come down to the ground once again. Bannockburn at the fall of the ball, desperate. Even late in the last quarter, they're still going very, very hard at it. But finally, it's gone right across the face of the goal, and a kick off the ground on that occasion by Williams for Eastern Suburbs has the ball out of bounds. Half-forward flank, this time on the northern side of Richmond Crescent. 22 and a half minutes final quarter. 10-11 Eastern Suburbs, trail Bannockburn 16-6.
Throw in now. Giles gets it back towards the standing start. Pavic gets it back to Damien Tom. Has to dodge around a couple. Handball back to David White at half forward. Oh, he goes backwards. He's kicking the wrong way a couple of times today, but it's okay. Finds Delahunt, who just stands his ground and takes the mark. In between wing and half forward. There's only 4 players on the Eastern Suburbs side of the centre, so it's pretty congested forward line. Hill comes up at Andrew standing start. Off hands, Intervon comes through, or Ritchie runs into that bump. Hodgson, handball, back behind Buckingham. It's okay though, he gets it back, but only as far as Tom, standing start, tumbling punt towards the form of Roweth, and also Andrews coming at it. Gemmell as well. Andrews uses his body, pushes the ball towards the goal. Delamonica sees it through for a rush behind to the Bannockburn side. And they go to 16-7, 103. And they lead Eastern Suburbs 10-11, 71. Buckley's Entertainment Centre final quarter scoreboard. 23 minutes gone. And the ball is in the hands of Damien Williams at fullback for Eastern Suburbs. He elects to go to the southern side, looking for Buckingham behind. Colliger off hands, falls to the front of the pack. Intervong just gets a little toe poke towards Andy Hill and also Ritchie. And close to the boundary line. Can Ritchie keep it in? No, says the boundary umpire. And it is out. And, well, Buckingham gave away a free kick. Did you teach him that one, Pete?
Oh, you could see that coming.
Ritchie's got the free kick, goes towards Andrews, but it's chopped off by Stevenson. And he sees it over the boundary line for a throw-in at half-forward for the Tigers.
Stevenson doesn't seem to be fit. He's carrying injury of some sort. He hasn't been himself today, I don't think. He's a pretty strong player. From the throw-in, it's Bowl, taps it forward. Ritchie again, he's moved very well. Handball over the top, it's come, well... He follows up himself, Ritchie, on the left foot, drives it towards the full forward position, but it's Cal Gray. It's all Eastern Suburbs. Takes the mark, has nowhere to kick it, just bombs it towards centre half back. In position is Bowl. Oh, reading the play there was Harding, but unfortunately didn't quite take the ball. Now it stacks on the mill, and umpire will come in about 60 metres from the goal to which Bannockburn's kicking. And really the sting's gone out of it, Pete, now.
I think they're just ticking over. Now it'd be a good time, I think. Guys like Singleton and Hodgson, you know, the young fellas, they really should be thrown to the wolves and put on the ball.
Absolutely, yes. From the throw-up, the ball has come back to the centre of the ground, and it's Bannockburn in control. There's Giles. Well, he stood and waited for that, and Cal Gray, the experienced hand, he come charging through, punched the ball forward, but it's Rose in the back line, over the top to Perkins with a handball, and here go Bannockburn again. Delahunt, there's a handball further wide to Rose, who's run on. He's kicked the ball now, and well, a Tiggy Touchwood one against David Peters on that occasion. Bumped the player after he's kicked the ball, and the free kick has gone to Connors in half forward for Bannockburn. Drives to the full forward position, Good, strong body work then by Darren Rose. Could well have been a free kick against him.
You can see the whistle blow, and Darren Rose looked across to the umpire and, as if to say,
Now-
I didn't really push him that much.
Now the Eastern Suburbs players, they're perhaps losing a little bit of control here at the moment.
And booking.
Unfortunately, it's Williams. He's, he certainly wasn't going to let Rowers go anywhere, but the umpire had said let him go. He didn't do so, and now he's incurred the wrath of the umpire, and maybe he's had something to say, I think.
So the ball is with Darren Roweth on the goal line as Damien Williams leaves the ground for 15 minutes, which means that he might as well walk straight to the showers because he's finished for the afternoon.
He's not in any hurry either.
No, he's they've had to call time on, and he's off, and Sean O'Leary coming on for him.
So I couldn't see the colour. It was obviously on a yellow
Yes,
card.
it was,
a
yes.
bit hard to see away down there.
Yes, yellow card.
And incidentally, Geelong 16-12, St Kilda 18-10. So the pundits are right again.
What's that mean, boys?
Did you pick St Kilda?
5 for 5 for 5.
I did too, so that's okay. Lucky.
So did I.
In the meantime, Darren Roweth has just popped his third goal over the goal umpire's head, and on the Buckley's Entertainment Centre scoreboard, Bannockburn moved to 17-7, 109. They've run right away from Eastern Suburbs now, 10-11, 71.
So we've been playing 27 minutes in this final term. Hawthorn have won by 6 points at the MCG against Richmond. Pete's not happy. You got one Tigers up today anyway, Pete, so that's okay. You got the Bannockburn side up, so ball coming back to the middle. The boundary umpires are a bit tired too. I think they've had a big day. Getting it back now. And as we said, pretty dark here at Eastern Suburbs. Don't forget, after the end of this match, we'll be having our final siren, thanks to White Cross Healthcare. We bring you the updates, scores from the GFL, the Ballerine, the GDFL, and also the AFL, and our complete wrap of this afternoon's football. Ball from the middle from Scott Bowl, goes with his left boot towards half forward, attacking it, can't take it though, was Rundle, comes through Gemmell, or Harding attacks the footy hard, goes through a set of hands now, East, handball, out to a voice, and that was Harding, gets it out wide, close to the boundary line, he and Rundle, still in play, Delamonica gets a quick kick away, it's alright to Mick O'Leary at half back, plays on quickly, goes towards White on centre wing, who can stand there and take the grab, and he's been pretty good today, David White, goes inboard, looking for and finding Colliger, does he? We should get a free kick for a hold, he does. And Troy Colliger just inside the centre square at centre half forward. Plays on quickly, goes to the right boot. Long, Andrews up early, off hands. Oh, Pilgrim nearly had it, then went without it. Andrews, kick around the corner. Roweth, Delamonica at the back, Delang. And the big man will see it through for one behind, does he? No, he doesn't. He holds it up. He does well. And kicks with the right boot towards Singleton. It's all right. He takes the mark. Defensive 50, goes inboard to Fulstern, gets around one, stands there, handball to Stevenson. He goes with the right boot, measures the pass towards McCormack, it's okay. He takes the grab right on centre wing. He's got Hodgson short. He goes sort of in that direction. The kick wasn't that good. Broome does well to trap it, then lose it, then throws it out. No free kick, play on the call. Connors gets it back to Rose. Rose still at half back, goes to the left boot wide. Great vision. Finds Rick Harding on the opposite side. Centre wing, plays on quickly. Harding goes to the left boot inside to Colliger. Colliger now has got Bowl on the outside, was going to go that way, then goes right, kicks inboard towards Perkins and Giles. Perko loves a goal too from 55. Can he get it? He goes long now. Roweth will shepherd, will he? No, he won't. He'll mark it. And it wasn't going to be a goal, so that's okay in Rowy's defence. It's going to be a behind, so that's okay.
That'll be your story anyway.
Well, I've just given him an alibi anyway. It wasn't going to be a goal, so he took the mark in front of Alf Delamonica, and he has kicked 3 goals this afternoon. He's given 3 away to Ron Pilgrim, so he's had a fair afternoon. And lining up for his 4th goal. Been playing 29.5 minutes in this final term. Roweth in the right forward pocket. Comes round and has kicked it. Good kick by Darren Roweth. His 4th goal. And Bannockburn go to 18 goals, 7. And that's a fair day's work on a fairly blustery day this afternoon. So they've done well. And Eastern Suburbs stagnant at 10-11, 71 in this final term. 30 minutes gone. And
Sign of a good side though. You know, they haven't stopped running. Like they could have. They're nearly 10 goals up. Could have just given it away and said let's coast now, but they haven't. They've been moving the ball, using Rick Harding as their focal point through the centre line, and really just just throwing the ball around, and that's just got to lead to building your confidence.
Ball in the middle of the ground. Bowl gets the tap down from a handball. David White gets it, kicks it towards half forward flank. Ritchie after the ball. He's just got a bit too much pace. For Stevenson there. In fact, Stevenson infringes. Tackled without the ball, and Ritchie will take the free kick half forward flank for Bannockburn. I like the look of this young fella. He's quite an acquisition. Long driving left foot kick to the goal square. At the back there was Rowas. He tackles, but he's outnumbered there about 3-1. Intervong at centre half forward. Well, he went without the ball, and finally it's Eastern Suburbs. They come clear. It's Mark on centre wing to Singleton, but they've got nobody much up forward now. Plays on. Player streaming down the ground, goes right across the ground to looking for Sean O'Leary, and has found him in just a little breath of sunshine, I think.
Well, I think it's a classic because the street lights have just come on.
So Sean O'Leary, David White on the mark, on centre wing, looking for some options up forward. There's not a lot of activity up there for Eastern Suburbs. Now he's kicked the ball, and Rose has almost dragged down a one-hander for Bannockburn. Can't control it, but as Camerotto comes through, handball across to... it was Falston, was it? He's had a pot shot at goal, and he's missed to the right-hand side of the behind post, out of bounds on the full, and it'll be a free kick for Damien Tom in the last quarter. And in fact, that's it. The siren has just sounded, and the Buckley's Entertainment Centre final scoreboard. Eastern Suburbs 10 goals, 11-71 have been defeated by Bannockburn. 18 goals, 115.
So in that final term, Bannockburn were able to go on with it. They kicked 5 goals, 2 in that final term, while Eastern Suburbs managed 3 goals, 2. And in the end, the margin was 44 points in favour of Bannockburn. The goal kickers for them this afternoon, 4 to Darren Rowath and 3 each to Ron Pilgrim and Troy Colliger, while there was 2 goals scored each by Shane Andrews, Nick Pavick and Lincoln East, singles to Mark Ritchie and to David White, while for Eastern Suburbs, 3 each to Daniel Singleton and also Paul Camerotto, 2 to Sean O'Leary, and singles to Cow Intervong and also to Troy Sheehan. But in the end, it was 44 points of difference in favour of Bannockburn, and they win their 6th game of the season, while condemning Eastern Suburbs to their 6th loss of the year.
Let's get it.